Infamous. For EgoBoys, that was a 2-1 over No Ping Esports. So more decisive win for Unknown against a stronger opponent. And Unknown have lost the LATAM Defenders. That series went 1-2. And then they also lost to Beast Coast 0-2.
Thunder Predator. Yeah. Thunder Predator, not...
Oh, you're right.
You're talking about Unknown, right? Yeah.
Yes, Unknown.
Yes. EgoBoys lost to the LATAM Defenders. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you're right. I confused their logos. God damn it.
But yeah, it
those
still
black
means
Chucky
that
logos,
like the one from Unknown, that victory is worth more, right? And they also lost to a better team. So
they lost to Thunder Predator and Beast Coast. Yeah, just to clarify there, two very strong opponents.
So now here's why I want EgoBoys to win and why I'm predicting EgoBoys, because if Unknown wins, then this is really going to start breaking up this tiebreaker thing, since they've already defeated one of the topper teams, I would say. I think Infamous will bounce back when they start playing some more opponents. I guess, I mean, maybe not after they lost SG2, but still, I think Infamous still have it in them. I need the EgoBoys to win because I feel like they don't have that many wins left. You know, they got to play against like Thunder Predator, they got to play against Infamous. You know, got to play against SG. They got some tough matchups coming.
Basically, only challenging matchups left. Yeah, you're totally right. Tough stuff for EgoBoys.
Yeah,
just win, lol.
Just win. Yeah.
Like, honestly, EgoBoys, I think their rebranding is a big part of why they stopped winning. You know, you had a guy called Prada, and now he's SCH whatever. Like, I don't even remember what his name is. Like, come on, dude.
SHCCD?
They had some swag names, and they just lost that. No, when you have such a good name like that, I think you lose a little bit. You lose a bit of that edge, you know?
All right. Any other big heroes that we should anticipate coming into this one? Throughout the Alchemist, any other signatures?
I think we're going to see a Prada Crystal Maiden. He pretty much played Crystal Maiden in 8 out of his 10 matches. So if it would be funny to see a first phase ban on CM, but otherwise I think we're going to see it.
Okay. Not bad.
Team Unknown do play that Morphling as well. The carry that I feel like we've talked about some and really hasn't been getting picked too much. We saw Morphling get dumpstered this morning in the lower division. That was something else.
Ooh. I'm sure we'll probably see more Earth Spirit from them. Beastmaster if it gets left in, and then the Enigma that we're kind of hoping for, I guess, from both teams, right? We got to see that last time from Unknown versus Infamous.
All right, I do have something interesting in terms of picks. Yadomi from Unknown, he's been playing a lot of weird 5s. Omni 5s, Snapfire 5, Treant 5, and Winter Wyvern. So maybe we'll see a curveball from him.
I'm out on the Wyvern. I've seen enough games of that hero to think that that hero's not
too
the play.
Slow. Just not enough on the lane. Now, what about this Omni Knight? Haven't seen him at all. Omni 5, I guess it has its moments, right?
It's pretty good when you have a strength core.
Yeah.
Like if you can W that strength core, it's always going to be partially good.
True. And Treant, man, that's another one. Haven't seen any Treant 5s. Sounds like it could be okay. I have some pretty vivid memories of Treant 5 womping on some weak 4s.
Yeah, that hero used to be so strong. I don't know where it stopped being that good, because I don't feel like the hero got nerfed that much. But I guess he had so many reworks, right? His Leech Seed probably changed more than any other skill in the last year or something.
And Living Armor as well. It's been global, and it wasn't, and it is, and it's like
then he gave armor, then he didn't. It's
snip snap, man. Too much back and forth. But we got a draft here, so let's jump into these bans and continue on with the chlorophyll here, Trent.
Yes. Mr. Train Protector, he has been featured in 5 drafts so far, so that's across the entire DPC, upper and lower, as far as I can tell. And they're all picks. No bans, obviously. Not really a ban-worthy hero in a lot of circumstances. And he's doing all right. He's like 2 and 3, so whatever.
Okay,
that's the real
Omni
insult.
has only been in 4 games, so
you're not banned. Material. Oh no.
Oh, there go the 2 heroes we just talked about.
Down the hit by GP.
Yeah, there are the tips even from the enemy team because it was a big one. Just delaying that. Slam into the old guy.
So they have to wait for that team to really be comfy. They do have a Hex up now as well on Annihilate though. So they've got additional control coming in here for the side of 2-base. Widening that lead. 10k up now on the side of 2-base. That's with your Naga Siren on EgoBoys side at 28k net worth, 2k above the PA. It's just that 2k at this point in the game is not much. It's not even a full item already.
Smoke on smoke, John, but they have the high ground advantage. And Z-Freak, he's going to break the smoke, but make the jump in. EgoBoys, they want to fight with a great song out from Speed to set up a nice path. They drop the Will-O-Wisp onto 3 heroes. They are trying to get away, but Annihilate immediately bursted down by Speed. Meanwhile, Z-Freak trying to fight this one out. Boris jumps. There goes Albino Zebra, but Boris, he's dropping very quick to Speed's damage. Speed doing its work already. Boris gets Rodabay tossed up, still making the blink strike in, does kill off Double A, is still on the run, gets the blur off as well, and he just dispels everything as he just TPs in front of Speed's face. Answers there on Albino, but the flip is going to dispel that silence into a 3-man Ice Path and the Macro Pyre. They'll get Annihilate, but Boris, he's going to jump. Mio is getting bursted down and does go down as Z-Freak controls the rest of the Earth Spirit. And Boris just crits down the Zakira on 1 hit. Giant, he tries to Dark Rift out, but Monkeys forever. It's just way too much damage. And now Boris is there onto the Naga Siren. That'll be Speed going down. And Z-Freak is looking for the last one, and he has found him. Double A trying to escape with the Clinicate. Z-Freak only 1 stone left to use.
It's under attack.
He spotted for a second. Trying to TP, but you've got the roll there from Z-Freak. Thing is, it doesn't really have much help. Empyrean is finally going to come in. Boulder Smash and Silence is there into the Aeon Disc being propped. He's still trying to run away.
In song, that's going to be a bit nasty to fight into, and could complicate matters for the approach into the high ground. So you're seeing the effect of the high ground hold here of EgoBoys, and they're not too far away from that here for Speed.
I think we've lost John. I believe he's back. John, are you back?
Okay. Yes. And
Light's breaking out right now. They've just jumped in straight onto Speed. Speed is dropping very low on that Naga. Is he going to go down? It looks like he will. He is dead without buyback. On to Mio. The Void Spirit also gone. And this game is looking to be over as Boris just slicing and dicing them up. They'll buy back. There'll be one last team fight. But they're going to have to do this without their position 1. Speed's buyback is still on cooldown, and now the dagger's flying out. The damage is just insane through the daggers. Giant's gonna die. A dieback on him. Sanity's being dropped. They want to dive the fountain, but the GG has been called. Speed has had enough. The Meteor Hammer actually did enough damage.
it did. Oh goodness. I annihilate.
He just walks off. He's like, I know I got this kill. Ready to commit this ultimate. Be fine.
Oh, you know the painful thing? That's another power that I Annihilate picked up. Another haste he makes use of. Just no rune control from EgoBoys so far, costing them a ton. And they're going to have to give these stacks away to Giant as well. So you're not going to have that recovery stack for Speed just yet. The battle queue is still a long way off though.
Gonna move his way in, does spot out a very low Giant. He might be able to kill him off, but no, they do have the Hood of Defiance. Z-Freak with the Magnetize, trying to refresh it, trying to get the damage out. They do Astral up the Earth Spirit while Albino Zebra goes on to Annihilate. Speed chases him down. Annihilate trying to man fight this one out. They do kill off Albino, but Annihilate does also die. Back off, but Mio for a bit of a chase. Zebra actually going to be able to walk away here. Annihilate not going to go too far to pop that BKB charge. Aether Remnant not going to land a Zebra. A nice silence on Neo. Just so much damage, and now the Yules catching out Giant. Boris has a stun in 1 second. Shoots the Astral into the Meteor Hammer. Giant once again has no way out of this. He's just Double A, oh, Z-Freak, he rolls it again, he finds Speed on the Rick. There's your egg from Empyrean, everything's just perfectly placed, and they are just gonna burst. No way out for Electronic Boys as I Annihilate. The backlines will get Albino Zebra, and they call the GG. This game, it's gone. There is no coming back from this. And 2-based. They've done it again, John. Another 2-0 victory for themselves. In terms of series, still undefeated. And with he does pop the battle trance. Can he kill Crow off? It does look like he should be able to, but meanwhile, can he keep going? He looks like he will, and he does, as we do see the jump back in from Pale Horse.
But I don't think this fight's gonna go well, because Pale Horse needs to get out of there.
Yeah, he definitely does, but he's gone on an ultra kill out from Murderer. Maybe Canis Volker's gonna just run away. Cubey now gonna catch him out, and now the Rampage coming in. Goad, he does fall back. McCabe, aware off. That vision should have seen him. The observer was there on the cliff, but they're going to leave him be. They're going to get to Roshan. No Rampage necessary here for Murderer. That'll be Roshan going to the Byzantine Raiders.
And that's going to be big. They expended buybacks early. Arkosh do not have the numbers to come in. They might catch Frugos.
They have,
might be able to beat both supports with no buyback here. It could be 2 really big kills. Stuff. As the fights get longer, it definitely gets easier. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, there's that TP here. I'm not sure what he's...
He gets the ensnare, rather than enraged leaps as Crow going to come in to try and help out. Canis Volpus also going to be there. The 8th Remnant does lock down Murderer. They may have the tier 2 tower keeping them pretty darn safe, but Murderer, he wants to keep going. He does have the battle trance for the ages. But now Crow is going to be the only one to drop as they chase for more. Frugos, a nice blink in. Does get Canis Volpus, but the Dissimulate going to allow him to get away. And instead, they'll have to settle for the bottom tier 2 tower.
I think Arkosh needs to do a better job at getting the thing to dodge his Aegis. You know, Pale Horse TP's bottom, and now he's going to draw his whole team bottom to kind of protect him there. And they should probably just be trying to dodge, play the other side of the map. Because as you can see, now the Troll is going to go high ground. Pale Horse has no TP. He's top lane. This is actually a really big deal for the Puck has no buyback as well. This could be game losing.
Do they have the recall? Oh, he's been caught out now, though. Maybe this is a bit too far as the 8th Remnant gets him, but perhaps Arkosh assuming that he had his team behind. And it did. The smoke rotation out.
It's really difficult to go on this Troll.
Takes the smoke immediately, but they jump back into it.
He might die right away.
He does. His Light Shader also getting caught out now. The Shark's not going to lock anyone in, but they lose the fight. Murderer going to have to try and man fight this one out as the lasso is there, but it's not going to last too long. Pale Horse does survive through it. Now the battle trance there from Murderer back onto the Ursa with the Enrage. Going to keep him safe with the Aquatic Shield. Very fast, but they're doing it very, very slowly, please. The Snowball is back now onto Murderer. They want to keep fighting, but they do lose Crow, and now Pale Horse is back in massive trouble. He's trying to survive. He does die, and Canis Volpus also going to go down. No buybacks left. Frugos is going after Goat and catches him with the 8th Rev. And secure those tier 4 items now. See who does a little bit luckier. Arkosh, I think they are going to need quite a bit of luck now, because it is looking very, very rough.
Yep, a lot of big item picks. Smoke from Byzantine, they have Abyssal on Troll, as well as an Octarine on the Rider, so big item pickups there. They also have an Aeon Disc, plus Prism on the Pangolier, so Pangolier looks good. The Smoke is looking to connect on the Abaddon.
Gremlo does break smoke. Canis going to catch out the Troll with the 8th Remnant. Murderer still going to rush in. He has that Abyssal to use, but he wants to find a different target. He will get...
Pale Horse is very aggressive here. He's clicking all the way in. He gets lifted immediately.
This one he gets baited by the Aquatic Shield. He's been taken down. Battle Trance is going to be there, taking out Pale without buyback onto Gremlo. He just keeps attacking. Was this going to be there?
Not banned material. Oh no.
Oh, there go the two heroes we just talked about, though. Earth Spirit and Beastmaster. Or unknown.
Well,
So
sniped it. There you go. Yeah, Ego Boys doing some homework there. Love to see it.
All right, so Ego Boys first pick. What are we looking at here? Do you think you get that Coddle?
Coddle, Puck, both good suggestions. You can Mars, you can Phoenix, you can Witch Doctor, Rubik,
Grimstroke.
and they Grimstroke.
Those out of the way.
A lot of first pick options these days. Loving this Grimstroke though. I feel like every game we see him,
Dire team.
more of an argument for.
It's worth noting that RoboZ played mid Grimstroke.
Yes.
So they do snatch that from Ego Boys, and they
Also,
get that
like, the
couple.
only 5 that has that flex right now, right? Well,
Yeah,
aside from
that's
the
true.
5 Viper we saw, I guess.
I hate that now technically we have to put that asterisk next to Viper now. Like, well,
Oh, by the way, did you guys see that Coddle mid video?
10 seconds remaining.
heard about it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, so like a lot of people started
5 seconds
experimenting with,
remaining.
like I mentioned King RD in the last series. Seb played a game of offlane Coddle, and Thompson played a game of mid Coddle. Everyone lost, so I don't think we're gonna see that in the near future.
That was gonna be my follow-up question. Was for what? What avail do you do this core Coddle?
Like you just get Octarine Core, and then you're like so annoying because like basically now that you get so much cast range when you load a Coddle and you have a cast range talent on top of it, like whenever you get like a side of eyes or like a lot of items, like you just control the 5 from so far away. It's
you get the
weird,
eggs?
right? You do get the eggs sometimes, yes.
Sometimes.
Wow. I say bring back the mids TM.
Radiant
I mean, if we're
team
doing
battle.
5s that can flex a little bit, why not we get the Crystal Maiden mids going, you know? Big nuke
Throw
damage.
Rasta in there. You know, let's throw in a couple
Yeah,
of these
that's
other
not
old
bad.
school.
The shard is so good. No, it's not. Oh god,
What
dude,
happened
that
to
shard
Lion?
is so bad.
Can we get a demon witch?
Lion, please.
I do.
Yeah,
Real talk, like pour one out for
10
your boy
seconds
Lion. I miss that hero. I wish he got picked at least a little bit. I mean, he's like
5
almost Dazzle
seconds
levels
remaining.
right now. This is bad news.
Yeah, he's better than Dazzle, but he's
He is.
trash.
He is. Yeah, Dazzle's.
I don't know
he's
what you
mega
actually
trash.
do. Like, it honestly feels like Lion. He's at a point where if you actually give him a meaningful buff, he's gonna be OP. Because like they gave
Yeah.
him the finger of death scaling. They gave him like 15-second cooldown finger when you get eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, like now mana drains lows. Like he got so many buffs, but hero's still trash. So like there's gonna be a point where the hero is
Yeah,
gonna become broken.
I agree.
Yeah.
Double disable, blink
seconds
hex.
remaining.
There's always potential for that to be good.
There was a
5
Chinese
seconds
player.
remaining.
I saw a video in the internet of a Chinese, like ranked 20 Chinese offlaner playing offlane Coddle, destroying a PL. He destroyed the game, and then Seb also played offlane Lion and lost.
pick.
So that's another thing
Team pick.
that will not be happening here. I hope. Brave King.
Okay,
right,
well,
that's
he's really
pretty
cool
solid.
with Coddle. Now, with the way his crit works, you can double crit and whatnot. That's neat.
Have the Mars to
Double
get
spears.
the double spear too.
Yeah.
And they already
This is
banned the
great.
monkey, too.
Fantastic.
10 seconds remaining.
Position 3 heroes that want to go to lane versus
5
the
seconds
Wraith King.
remaining.
Tide Hunter.
Is
Yeah,
banned.
ban that. Got rid of the timber.
Radiant team pick.
Got Nature's Prophet, theoretically. They're going to take the Phoenix for themselves. Grimstroke Phoenix, I guess, isn't too bad. Not quite Coddle Phoenix levels. Like,
Played as 5 or 4,
remaining.
so you're not still sure if the Grimstroke's gonna be mid or not. So I guess with the Ember, it's probably gonna be mid Ember. Still, it's a pretty versatile hero on the Phoenix. We did see a couple of offlane Phoenix, but probably not gonna be the case. I think 4 Phoenix and 5 Grimstroke.
yeah, I think just 4 Phoenix versus the Wraith King in lane. It just seems like a quality hero, right?
Are we eyeing up, well, I guess we'll see here, Mirana. Potential Enigma for Ego Boys still? How do we feel?
I mean, we did see Enigma versus Wraith King. It's not bad necessarily.
I think it looks pretty good here. I was wondering how it would look after the next pick, but now there's no BKB piercing.
10 seconds
Yeah.
The last hero left is a mid, and traditionally mids don't really have great BKB. piercing abilities.
5 seconds.
Well, the
so-
mid Bane, Trent. I mean, don't underestimate your 5 flex here.
Just what we
Dire team
need.
back.
So yeah, I think that's definitely doable. There's also still Underlord.
Ooh.
But they're gonna grab the Terrorblade first here, seeing the Wraith King, and they want that matchup.
Yep.
All right.
Pushing
Love it.
power. Also,
We talk about this one a lot, but take the Radiance. You get a Radiance, I get a Radiance. We all get Radiance.
and then
Yeah,
I
like,
make
Seconds
big
remaining.
illusions.
It's a hero that you can use the illusions to block them, run arrow even if you get
5
speared,
seconds
and physical damage with Wraith King is usually the counter. So
Yeah, and Sunder is in certain situations can feel like a better reincarnation. You know, it's another one that has a reset,
yeah,
except it doesn't
Yeah.
have a 4-second lag time in between. But you can also get stunned while trying to cast it. So yeah, it's
I kind of feel the death of this game for honestly either team.
I think it's gonna
she
be
usually
bad.
doesn't make it this far. Yeah, for sure.
Radiant
Yeah.
Team back.
you want to
Actually
pause
removed.
3 DP for Ego Boys? You like
Yeah, I
that
would
more
be
than
totally
the
fine with
Enigma?
that. I think it's I might not like him more, but it would take it away from Unknown.
Truth. Last pick will be to Unknown.
I think it's a pretty player-specific thing, though. It seems like you kind of got to get a good
10
feel for the hero
seconds
in the
remaining.
off lane. I don't think anyone can just like whip it out. It's not
5
exactly the best
seconds
combo with
remaining.
Grimstroke in a lot of ways, too.
Yeah, pretty light on Grim combos.
They are, but they do have the Inkswell on Ember and Phoenix,
Yeah.
and they can probably round out. I actually feel like Enigma's really good here. You're gonna have
Radiant
the
team
Malefice with Grimstroke, which is pretty good.
Oh.
I have my reservations picking Enigma
Wow.
into Wraith King, but
I really thought they were
really
going to
good.
ban it, to be honest.
Snap pick Veno.
I mean, I'm down. Enigma looks good here. It's a lot of
10
big team fight.
seconds
I
remaining.
guess the only problem would be like you'd be really cooldown reliant, so you could think about like a faster paced hero if you really wanted to. But I mean, Sacred's pretty good at it. And all right, they'll go a bit faster with the Sand King, so just a
More
little
stun.
bit quicker, more reliable.
They were a little light on those short cooldown stuns, so that is one issue with the Enigma. You're very in on this Metamorphosis black hole timer. Now it's just meta, and that's
10
pretty nice.
seconds remaining.
They have big chase now too, like Ember,
Yeah.
Sand King, Phoenix.
5
okay, guys.
seconds
Question:
remaining.
I hate Sand King. Do you get double Burrow Strike
That's
if
still in.
you
Choose your
own into
hero.
Grimstroke?
No.
Whoa! Coddle Zeus! I haven't seen this in ages. I used to bring this up all the time. The double
Zeus.
zap, dude.
Okay.
Whoa!
All right, so Zeus versus TB. Very good, obviously, but that's a classic counter pick just for all
Yeah.
the big magic damage you have. But yeah, so Coddle plus Zeus was one of the first cheese duos that was used when Coddle first received the cooldown reduction on Chakra. Everyone was spamming that thing in pubs because you just
Yeah.
double bolt. It's just like it's basically
Yeah.
a triple bolt because of like how fast bolt already comes back. So you just get like evaporated by this Zeus.
And Zeus also has mana issues, right? If he has unlimited
Yeah.
mana, his damage output is insane. So it's just one hero that really, really benefits from all that chakra love. Really
One
good
thing
against
that I'm a
Sand King
little-
also.
Scared about is the Ember versus Zeus lane. Like in the past when Zeus was really strong and they didn't have nerfed the lightning bolt, he would crush Ember. But I do feel like there's potential for Alone to stomp this lane.
I'll give you the
you get level 6, you just dive the Zeus. If Sand King or Phoenix rotates, you just kill him over and over again. So I feel like they're gonna have to help that Zeus a little bit.
We've also
there's
seen
potential for him
Zeus
to
go
lose.
max Q though and just stack and run around the jungle, and you just spam out the lane. And you don't even really show that much, honestly. You're just a farm machine.
He's only been mentioned
Yes.
in 14 matches of the entire DPC.
Okay.
Like 3%.
What's the win rate?
Crazy. I mean, he's 2-2. He's only been picked 4 times. He's mostly been banned.
Okay,
10 times.
okay.
So
Wow.
fun to see Zeus return.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be enough though.
All right.
Yeah,
Zeus.
I think I'm gonna go with the Ember TB, guys.
All right. Trent, same boat.
I'm gonna take Unknown actually. I like the Zeus.
All right.
I'm in.
1-1. I like the Zeus as well. That'll tip it over. Gary, how we feeling, baby? Are you and Theban jiggling about this Zeus or what?
I'm also going with the Zeus, man. Yeah, Zori, thank you. Here we are, game 1, Unknown up against the Ego Boys. The Zeus last pick up against that TB, against the Ember Spirit, and the Venn diagrams with that Mars ulti. Theban, some pretty action-packed drafts here. Lots of early fighting capabilities from both teams.
Yeah.
showing not only a lot of fighting capabilities, but stuns, many stuns everywhere. So these teams, they're always going to be looking for the kill threats on the lanes. Zeus, it really depends on his skill build. If he goes for that bottle, triple nulls, boots of travels build, I think it's going to have a lot of potential to beat out EgoBoys. But if he goes for something a little bit different, he might not scale that well. And Ember Spirit, one of the better heroes actually against Zeus too. Previously it was a really hard lane whenever Zeus went for the lightning bolt build, but because nowadays everybody maxed out the arc lightning, Ember should not have that tough of time to lane up into the Zeus and potentially even solo kill him.
Yeah, just like Bowie was saying, we'll see if Alone does well in that lane or if they bring help for that Zeus as we get ourselves towards the first bounty runes of the game. Spawning up with no contest. Looks like the Radiant pretty content taking the top, Dire down bottom, as they set up their, for now, tri-lane. We see this plenty, don't we? Have that pos 5 sit bottom, look for first blood.
Yeah, we see it quite a bit, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a huge fan of this. It's rare that somebody actually falls for this, and on top of that, if you do cast spells with your 5, you just end up with such little mana when you TP to your safe lane, and then your carry's the one who struggles.
Yeah, and straight away, Grim back up top. It feels more fearful for the Terrorblade than it does for the Wraith King as well, right? Like if now pops Metamorphosis and gets this Kotl, Mirana, and the Mars, much more of a problem than the Wraith King dying first.
The Grim got the ranged creep and the deny.
Oh.
And that was a range creep deny split between 3 heroes. Actually, they killed 2 creeps between 3 heroes. So this Mirana and Mars are going to be quite underleveled in this early stage.
And a courier sniper as well for him.
Damn.
Grimstroke with the best start of the game he could hope for. And this is an arrow level 1 Mirana. So Grimstroke trading hits pretty effectively with him, forcing the Mars to come across.
They do have this Orb of Blightstone combo between this Mars and the Mirana here. Less on the stats, more looking for the kills in the lane. It's gonna be a little bit hard on this first waves here though against TB meta.
And it's a nice use of the meta, right? He doesn't use it too early or too late. It's a Goldilocks Metamorphosis, just right. Because Mirana couldn't drag that wave because it kind of got sucked into the lane a little more. So TB gets full utilization out of it, but a spear and an arrow, maybe without first blood, Drakeel with Widge Mirana, beautifully set up.
That was a really bad misstep there from TB. You just gotta focus on the creeps, not follow the Mirana, get too close to the tree. Very nice spear there.
Yeah, it turns into a Brothers Grimm novel from a beautiful, mid lane. Look at Alone go. But yeah, from like a really well-timed Metamorphosis into a death like that feels real bad for now.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
You know what's insane? The Ember didn't buy a magic stick against Zeus mid.
Ha! Really?
Nice reaction. But yeah, he did not buy a magic stick, and I'm so confused. What?
Okay, well, I'm going to leave you confused because I'm also in the same boat. Wraith Band with
Gotta get the Wraith Bands. Like Zeus.
Gotta hit those creeps.
I think he just forgot how to play against Zeus. It's just not seen this hero in forever.
He's rushing into the bottle, so still waiting on that wand.
Are you serious?
Down in that bottom lane, how we doing? Sand King in that Sandstorm, 19-1 for Sacred up against this Wraith King Kotl lane. Oh man, that's pretty ridiculous. Wraith King of 14 last hits. I guess with a Phoenix and this Burrow Strike Caustic, it's a pretty decent amount of damage over time.
It is. And you're constantly shoving the lane, and they have this pull too. This pull is just ruining Unknown's game right now. I think if you're a situations, you need to just be blasting the creep waves and push back into the tanking so that you don't let these pulls happen, or you can pull for yourself as well.
Yeah, return the favor. Well, burner pops out his little skelly babies. Illuminate's already spent. Very fire from Yodomi. Sacred with a level 1 Burrow Strike. Can't get close enough. has to stun up the Wraith King, but he's got a Wraith Fire Blast and he Illuminate's coming, not going to clip the Phoenix.
That attack. Did you see how slow that attack animation was from the Wraith King?
Well, he gets an attack now with a crit. Fairy Fire and a Burst Strike will allow Tano to slip away. The Illuminate just misses, and the stun dodge by the Sandstorm. They dust now. Might be too late though. Sacred wiggles himself back to the tier 1, scuttering away from danger. And EgoBoys, they dodge all the pain.
Yeah, I mean, if that stun landed onto the Sankey, that could have been a nice kill there, but unfortunate. They did not expect that Sankey to dodge. He stunned apparently.
Yeah, they already spent the sentry, and then the dust came after the fact of the Sandstorm. Well, mid lane, a bit of a chase from Alone, forcing that Zeus away. Who got the rune? Invis bottled by Alone, so he got the refill over the Zeus. And I guess you expect that.
Radiant
Zeus is a very static hero, very slow.
Dire's courier.
They're also farming quite well on the Ember here. 28 last hits. Zeus just needs to get his nulls and get straight into the jungle. Continue to farm. He's got an ulti now ready, so he can actually help out, maybe kill this Terrorblade with a Mars spear into an arrow. That's probably the best thing that they can do right now. Some unknown.
Especially since he just popped Metamorphosis. But shoving that wave to tier 1 means Mars and Mirana can't really go and catch him in the jungle right now.
I would also like to see this Kato stack some camps and get this Zeus a little bit more farm. One of the best jungle farming heroes in the game, in the Zeus.
He's a pretty cool hero. Decent in laning stage, very powerful game. He also scales, you know, with his arc lightning damage talent, with his cast range talent, depending on what build you go. Outputs a real massive amount of damage.
Oh, he's got the mana boots build. Not a fan of that one.
You prefer what, the triple null into boots of travel, Aghanim's blink?
Yes. Exactly. Just the one that lets you have a lot of mobility, lets you farm the map. There's more space for your carry to just be focused on neutral creeps. And
Ember skips straight past the Marauder, but the TP is already completed. Slight chains don't land now. Thunder God's Wrath. Who's that on? Phoenix mid nearly drops to Zeus.
Oh, that's a waste of Thunder God's Wrath for sure.
Yeah, his ulti with no kill.
It's a magic stick from the Phoenix. You gotta keep that Thunder God's Wrath for like a kill, like a sure kill, especially on the TB if you can. Like, look at this TB. He has no items. He actually just has no items. Where is his items? It's in the base, sitting there. Power treads and our entire man. So I think they missed an opportunity, some unknown, to try and make a play onto this Terrorblade before he got his stats.
Did his courier die or something? I'm keeping all his items.
I think he did. Yeah, his courier died earlier to the Mars, right? And then maybe since then he just waited for the treads to be complete before he brought out his courier. He's very fast. Yeah, he's gonna farm really fast now.
And now it's jungle time. Off, leave Grimstroke alone top to leave some XP. And in fact,
nice.
All the support starting to leave their lanes. Alone, pretty low HP mana, gonna remnant and think about moving down south into the Wraith King's lane. And the Zeus Kotl combo, it begins now. Level 2 Acrobat, playing with the Zeus. I don't know about you, but okay. Grimstroke. There's the arena. Just kill him off. Diving bottom a little bit. Wraith King, level 1 reincarnations ready. Rotation, Mirana to start it off. Arrow onto Sand King. The epicenter is still going, and burn a half HP. Dropping lower. Great Fire Blast. Where's the follow through? Another from Mars. It's a long one, but the chains don't land on the Wraith King. He's hit by the Fiery Spirits, and that Sunray as Alone. He's got no remnants left. The rest of Unknown have arrived to get the speed. 2 cores for the price
Ember
of 1.
Sand King. Yeah, I mean, the Wraith King did lose his reincarnation and won't be farming during this time, but that's a lot of XP and for the supporting cast of Unknown here.
Oh, dodges the spear. Oh no, the Illuminate. Nice little magic stick play, but he's still finished off by the God's Rebuke. And kill, a double kill. Well, he gets one top on the Grimstroke, TP's bot, and gets 2.
Yeah, and he's gonna stay down here, I think, and continue to farm. Oh no, Wraith King TP's bottom. Okay, I fully expect the Wraith King to go top, play around the triangle area, and just give this bottom lane to the Mars so he can just hold it. It looks like Jakir's gonna walk all the way back to top lane possibly, or at least stay mid maybe.
The long wander. This Dark Observer will in the Radiant jungle near this medium camp. And one of my favorite ones. So difficult to know where it is.
Doesn't block the camp either.
Yeah.
So it's just sees so much and it's so hard. Oh, there you go. You're gonna see that. Nice.
Zeus. One of a few heroes that's gonna spot. There's the ward from RoboZ. So yeah, Wraith King TP
smoking up again.
Wraith King TP farmed what? A wave, 2 waves, and then ditches the lane anyway. He does make the move you expected.
TP. Exactly.
Gank over the Zeus with the chains. RoboZ dropping low with the arrow dodge. No, not quite. The Remnant fort would actually put this Ember in an awful position with Grimstroke still stranded. The Phoenix dives up against the side, and that arena annihilated. Drakeel, right place, right time. 4-0-3 for the Mars.
Exactly, and the Zeus is like a hard hero to gank sometimes. If you don't burst him right away, he just does an insane amount of damage. The arc lightning bouncing between your heroes on a 1.6 second cooldown is just insane amount of DPS.
With the fairy.
Going back, and now they're gonna be able to take the mid tower because the Wraith King was also nearby farming. This feels bad for EgoBoys getting crushed in this early game right now. Their rotations are just not working out. Yeah, especially the Ember.
You would hope the Terrorblade would, you know, top of the net worth as a result of it, because he has been sat back farming. But the 3 Radiant cores already outpacing him pretty significantly.
Yeah, most of that because of the kills that they've gotten. It's on unknown. Mars with 4 kills, Zeus with 1, and Wraith King part of the kills and has just been pretty much free farming.
So then we come back. Sand King. He's pushed bot lane, comes top to defend. He is a big team fight starting hero. He's the one that kicks it all off for EgoBoys. Looks like he's about halfway towards his blink if you want to try and rush it. Give him as much farm as you can. Phoenix diving forward there, give up the game that EgoBoys were trying to play with them.
I think Alone is just spending way too much time running around in this game. He's gotta hit some creeps. He's gotta push some lanes. Now finally, the Sand King is drawing the lines. Like, guys, just go push bottom. Just go do something there. Open up the map here, and the right call here.
Who was it the other day playing Ember Spirit with no last hits but won the game?
Yeah.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Was that a Div 2 game? Yeah, I struggle to remember. I don't know, I was just thinking.
Alone?
That's what's in my head. It was like, was it Alone? Was it EgoBoys against NoPing? Maybe the panel, maybe Bo can look it up. Try and get my memory ticking over. Yeah, Unknown all around this Mars playing into the strongest hero. They know that arena's up, so Zeus trying to stick with him. Ether Lens back into the boots of triple. So he's gone for a bit of an adaptation on that build, hasn't he? Instead of the triple null, he's got double Ether Lens and bots.
I mean, he's fortunate to get the Fairy Trinket to give him that little extra spell damage. Because if you don't have the triple nulls, like you're not 3-shotting the creep waves with the arc lightning, they're gonna be left with a little bit of extra HP.
You don't want that.
No, you don't.
Preemptive Sentry and Observer dropped. Smoke lurking behind the tower. Starts it off. The Burrow in with the epicenter going. Mars Arena with the spear. Traps up the Sand King, and the Thunder God's Wrath will finish him, while the Wraith King slaps down the Phoenix. And they can again go fight victory into an objective.
That is not a lane that you defend with more than one hero. Put one hero there to slow things down, and if he gets killed, you don't TP in to assist him. Just give 2 free kills top lane. In the tower. Unknown are just snowballing out of control right now. Meanwhile, EgoBoys still haven't taken this tier 1 bottom.
Radiant's bottom
map
tower
very much restricted for them.
Radiant structures
it's that trade-off, you know, the kind of redundancy of putting more heroes up there when the job has already been done. And the trade-off, usually your TB and your Ember are farming if you trade out a couple of deaths lane. but Alone was mid, kind of looking at this Grimstroke for a kill. Terrorblade was the only one accomplishing anything on the map.
It was Alone. The Ember with no
really?
methods. Yeah, it was him. I mean, he had a Vessel that game. It worked out better, but he can't be doing that shit in this game. There's no way. He needs to be pushing lanes out there, just running around like this. He's just gonna throw the game for his team at this rate.
I guess he was running. He was getting every single rune, roam every single time he got one. Now try and smoke up here. It looks like clear the mid wave. Blink dagger for Sand King being delivered. Hiding the courier, trying to not show it on the wave.
Very nice. Here.
Big blue triangle on the map though. Kotl knows where they are and probably where they're coming from.
Yeah, he's shoving out the mid lane. This is gonna make EgoBoys rotation so bad because the wave is gonna go into the tier 2. No one's gonna push that out, and they're gonna be like, "Hey guys, no one's defending middle. They're smoking," and then you're gonna see Unknown just tighten and sit on a high gun, wait for EgoBoys to run into them the way they're doing right now.
Exactly what they're up to. They're even going to Moonlight Shadow to try and counteract this very telegraphed smoke gank. So they get Radiant plenty of space to finish off his Radiance, which is done in a couple of seconds.
I think that's a really bad smoke play. If they want to make a kill happen, they should understand there's so much traveling Unknown. They should have followed their creep wave middle, and whoever tried to kill creep wave, he jumped them with the blink sang done. So that would have been the Kato going straight forward. It has to be a very fast smoke.
You need that immediate.
Yeah, you need to jump them like instantly against this amount of lane from Unknown. Zeus and Kato.
Because right now, a smoke gank has led to Mirana getting level 10, Treads drums pushing 2 with no contest.
Treads Mirana, God.
She's going carry mode. Oh, don't go into Yules. Go Maelstrom or something. Come on, Widge.
I'm gonna
fully transition into the core.
I don't know when I've seen a support Mirana buy Treads last time.
It's been a long time. The Arcane's Greaves that we're so used to. Down near that bottom rune spot. The Dire, are they sure they want to fight this? The Zeus remnanting in, double damage Ember Spirit, but they've already lost that poor Grimstroke. They catch Zeus. It is a decent kill. Never spent. A 1-for-1 trade for your pos 5, and now it's all isolated. Yodomi, which is a spear somehow. And they come in with a nice little jump. Great King clears up. What do I say? Dodge the Spear. He's on the same bloody team as the Mars. I'm a moron. Chase the Spirit now. Get his DP up for that Yule Scepter. And Widge with a Storm, knowing there's no remnants left, will find the Ember Spirit.
It was a good engagement onto Zeus, getting him killed first, but going back into the fight when you're pretty much out of gas, especially on the Ember, that was the mistake on the EgoBoys. Just set up for the Zeus kill, you know, get the lanes out, get to your next summons again. Next meta, you can try to do something more.
What is that something more? Kill a tower? Take Roshan?
Kill another Zeus.
Kill another Zeus?
Kill another Zeus. Yeah, exactly. Just keep killing Zeus over and over again. And try to slowly peck your way back into this game.
Baby steps. Little by little. TB... What's that Mithril for? Is he BKB'd up?
BKB, definitely. 100% BKB. He needs a BKB against Mars and Zeus.
After BKB, so there's no Phantom, no Dragonlance, opting to go straight, win a team fight item, stand my ground.
Yeah,
and
it's much
them.
better. It's also a farming item in the sense that they're going to be locked into try and jump you when they see that you have a BKB. They're not going to try to run across the map to kill you when they know they can't.
Oh, burn up. Fear in the world, but he probably should be a little bit afraid. King and Ember Spirit all there, but they don't have a reveal against this Moonlight Shadow. So Mars with a Yule's Arena Spear missing, and the break out of there will allow Sacred to escape. Gives him the tip as well. Shouldn't be missing those ones.
Yep, it definitely should not be, so.
He just got a bit excited. He was so sure the Sand King was going to die. Threw his spear a touch early. But they are all able to group up on that tier 2. No reveal still. Kotl doesn't have any. So that Sand King under Sandstorm actually going to be able to defend perfectly well on his own. That is a nice bit of time there for the Terrorblade. It's that Dragon Lance and the Agoners now.
Is under attack.
And it's going to be that double BKB timing from EgoBoys as the Spirit eyes up his own one. Is that...
Dire's
It usually
tower
feels like that's an indicator of a team when they're behind, going double BKBs, needing to win the next 2 or 3 team fights. But if they go poorly for them, then it's you know, a lot of sunk cost into those BKBs that haven't really allowed you to do too much. That needs much.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage in the game, Unknown should be playing a lot more aggressively, I think. Like, you can't Roshan because their heroes are not amazing at doing Roshan until they get this Aghanim's. Wait, do they have Aghanim on Zeus? No, they don't. He went for the Blink Dagger after the bot, so... Once they get the Nimbus, they can do Roshan. For now, I feel like they should just play on the top side of the map.
Try and defend the Wraith because he's being jumped. Crit onto the Grimstroke. Here come the TPs. Reincarnation gets Supernova over the top. The reincarnating Wraith King has some damage onto Burner with a TB met BKB. Chase towards the Zeus now, but alone. Dreaded. RoboZ with a double kill. Now the chase towards the TB and the Grim. Cottle Mars. They've got Arena to make the move. And it's just a zap in from the Zeus. The blink forward as he keeps on going. There's a Thunder. He's got 10-1 charges too. Good turn here. They'll cancel it out. The spear not missing this time. Drakeel makes damn sure he claims the kill. And the chase onto the Grimstroke. He's come back into this with a buyback and a dieback. It's an ultra for the RoboZ Zeus.
Didn't this happen earlier in the game? They went after the Wraith King, they lost the heroes, and this time it's a mid-game team fight, and they just lose all the heroes just to the Zeus. Like, that damage output was insane. Look the fight recap. Oh no, it went away. Damn it, I want to see what percentage of the damage Radiant was from the Zeus there.
90. A lot of damage. It's not as if like he did much there, you know. He died and he died again. The real carry goes in.
They need to be careful with the Psyche and Ember, how they're chasing heroes in. They're the 2 disablers, and if their spells are on cooldown, they just gotta back off, bait an Unknown, and then re-engage instead of like, oh, we got the raid, let's keep going when your spells are not yet up.
And that first BKB from Terra, feeling a little bit sad.
I mean, it looked pretty good though when they got the raid kill until Zeus showed up.
Yep. Ember Spirit still a good 1,000 away from his. They know that road is happening. Phoenix is out. I just don't see a way for them to enter the pit and stop them from doing it. It's a pretty fast one with that Wraith King and Mars.
You have done a great service.
So EgoBoys just focused on shoving out these lanes, getting Terrorblade and Ember Spirit into a position they can actually battle. You're gonna have a Wraith King with Aegis. Level 3 reincarnation soon, just pushing your high ground though, as they keep top. The Zeus is found sacred. Rush back into the tree line, but a leap over. Gives full vision in the world.
You're gonna have Axe on Zeus as well, and that's gonna make the Mars soul kill anybody on this map.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
You just use Arena, drop the Nimbus, and then the Thunder God's Wrath. GG. Anyone is dead.
Yeah, and it
same with the Mirana too, and the Yos.
Yeah, the Mirana versus Egg. But it doesn't feel like the Supernova is going to be incredibly impactful unless you are actually able to catch the Mirana, because she can focus the Egg down pretty much on her own. They will get her caught up. Nice little slight chains. Self-fuels, but the Phantom's Embrace silencing her for a second. Leaping over the trees, and she's okay. Oh no, it's the arrow hand. Oh no. Spooky. Don't let that arrow hit you. Deny on the tower. What's Bowie pinged?
He is showing the attack speed talent.
Ah, yeah.
Level 15 for the Egg.
Good point. This is where the map starts getting very tight. Closing it.
The other problem is, Unknown have a Keeper of the Light, so you could always have this Wraith King split pushing wherever he wants, all by himself, farming up away from his team, and then the keeper can just relocate him to the fight.
Cottle jumped on and out of Soulbind. And they've got that spear and forcing the Sand King to stop initiating. Oh, it does as they turn the battle. Yules into the air. Arrow coming, but the spear has sent him away from it. The arrow catches the Phoenix. Drifting arrow slides on through, baiting them, and EgoBoys, they lose too. Unstoppable Drakeel Mars, unkilled, 6-0-11. What do you do now? It's demoralizing as EgoBoys, just getting outplayed every step of the way. Yeah, 2 carries are farming Radiant side jungle, trying to find an inch of space. You're buying.
You pray, Gary. You pray.
Pray to who?
Pray.
Anyone who's listening, I guess.
Pray to Gabe. Pray to Unknown's ISP. Cut some lines, you know.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, at this point in the game, EgoBoys are just getting completely out-farmed, out-team fought, and the only way they can really come back is if they get some smoke kills going on the Zeus, and that is a thing to do. Especially without any vision on the map. The position 5 on EgoBoys is having a hard time warding because he's thinking like, oh, well, the Zeus is just bolting everywhere. Where can I ward?
Mine is truly a blessing.
They're going for the Zeus.
There we go.
It's a good smoke gank. But the Moonlight Shadow and the fact that Mars is here backing him up. They see the Zeus, they make the jump, they miss the Burst Strike. Mars, he's got Arena, they've got the Nimbus too. Do they defend it or they're wrong? Mars can't decide. He'll come in now, try and defend him up, and Zeus is incredibly tanky. Sacred dies before the Zeus does. Robo Z still turns and fights, soulbound but gone. But he Yules up, Ember Spirit's gonna catch him out. Oh, he's got no remnants left. They lose 3 heroes just to kill the Zeus. Was it worth it?
Well, Gary, why don't you tell us, was it worth it?
Let's look at the numbers, shall we? 1,000 gold for the Radiant and about 600 for the Dire team, and it doesn't stem the flow of bleeding. Like, look at the mid lane.
No, it doesn't.
Mars and Wraith King, they are coming. They're gunning for that tier 3.
I think this Ember Spirit is just not a real core hero in this game. He's got 7k net worth. He clicked his BKB, tried to hit the Zeus, and it was like...
Radiant's bottom tower.
Just not,
I don't know. It was like a wet noodle, man. That's what he is.
A wet noodle.
So nunchucks, he's got 2 wet noodles on his Ember.
When you say wet noodle, like, what do you imagine? What kind of noodle are you imagining? Do you think of spaghetti? You think like rice noodle?
Rice
udon?
noodles.
Okay.
Rice noodles. What? Who thinks spaghettis when they think of noodles?
See, this is the thing.
Pasta, man.
That's why I ask you, because I know a lot of Americans consider pasta as noodles, and it does my head in. That's a good catch on Wraith King. They'll take his first life. Terror wave there from the good old TB. Arrows coming. Are they just sacrificing the Wraith King, or are they coming in to Mirana? They want to battle. The Nimbus is there. Burner's been saved up. The Yules, the spear, dodged by the BKB of the Ember Spirit, but he jumps aggressively into the Nimbus. His BKB, another 2 seconds left.
It's time to go.
1 more remnant remaining. Chains up. Moonlight Shadow comes. Now the Yules into the chain stun. Is it there? It's perfectly timed. Down he goes. The epicenter from Sand King does nothing as he runs away. Doesn't reinitiate.
Yeah, cancelled by Counter Blast.
And EgoBoys on the run. Burst Strike away from the Thunder God's Wrath, which scouts them out. Mirana Zeus on the tail of the Sand King. Grimstroke's TPing home. They'll lose another hero. And Terrorblade left wondering what he needs to do. How to win team fights. Oh.
Yeah, it was either an Arc Lightning or they got the Sand King? No. An arrow?
Oh, sure.
I think it was an arrow. Nailed him. He was in the trees. Yeah, but that was a Sand King getting his ulti cancelled because of a Counter Blast or a Zeus Arc Lightning, one of the two. What you need to do in those situations, especially when you play against Zeus, you gotta click the hood, and then you pop your ulti and blink in, so your blink dagger will not be cancelled.
Dodge that.
And this fight.
Yeah, it really was, and a real signal here of the difficulties they're going to face. And a high ground push. Oh, wow, they caught the Phoenix mid-dive. Dead with buyback, but the Ember doesn't. Speared on that tier 4 and gone for 40 seconds. Another creep wave's coming so they can finish off this melee barracks, knowing that they are in strong position
Dire's
Could
middle
even
barracks
contend with the top barracks as well.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
look for that tier
attack.
3. TB, he's pushed that wave all the way out. They need someone to go cut that mid wave. Stop the creeps coming in. Nobody's moving for it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Another wave will arrive. Unknown can continue that high ground push. Oh, the Yules on the Sand King. Spear again. A Will-O-Wisp comes from the console, catching up Sacred. Gone with no buyback, and that Supernova comes a little bit late and awkward timing. They pop the Wraith King's Rocket 8 for a Terror Wave with a blink in. Terror Blade vented up, but I don't know, man. They're going for the Wraith King. He's not got rank connection anymore. They've slow bound up the Zeus. They're chasing him forward. The Essence Ring already popped. He turns with his big damage, but not even enough to kill the Grimstroke. The Spear, miles away, chucked at him. Will find that pickoff. A defense of the base, though, as the EgoBoys, they barely hold in that team fight.
They don't have the Zeus here. The Reflection is going to do a lot of work against this Wraith King's Radiance. That was such a nice blink in to the Terror Wave, pushing the Zeus into EgoBoys' base, and then they got that Soulbind on him. Zeus did not expect that one bit.
Yeah, it's a big surprise.
Such a nice play there from the TB. He's doing something, you know, something creative to try and keep his team in the game. Pretty much the only one who has any farm. Look at the net worth. The position 5 Coddle on Unknown has more net worth than this Ember mid.
Jeez. Yeah, this Swift Blink. It's a cool little item for the Terrorblade. I'd never considered it. We were playing the other day. I was a Terrorblade, and I was asking, what do I buy? What item do I get? And you said Swift Blink, and it just, oh yeah, that's a real sick item. Blink into the middle of them, get on top of the top targets, because he can jump straight onto that Zeus in every single battle. Pop his BKB, the Terror Wave. Zeus doesn't really have no Yules, no BKB. He's basically just trying to blink react to it.
And now look how he's positioned. He's very far back on the Zeus, way behind his team. He knows he's the one they're looking for, so wants to let the fight develop first before he joins. Let the Sand King, let the Terrorblade show themselves. Smoke right now from TB. Like 3 screens away in the trees.
Yeah, he's hiding miles away. And it's a really wide line here from the EgoBoys. They're trying to find first contact play. But the Moonlight Shadow and no dire reveal, forcing the Supernova inside the arena, taking down the Sand King so fast. TB's on the high ground, railing the Mirana, but Burner clears through a load, forcing the buyback. Now a Soulbind onto Mars and Wraith King. Terrorblade with his BKB and the Terror Wave going. The buyback from Ember, chasing the Mirana. Finding the kill onto Witch. Zeus is stuck in the tree line here with no blink for a couple of seconds. The Terrorblade gets some good hits in, and Ember Spirit is going to isolate Robo's. The rest of his squad nowhere near. Burner trying, but the BKB dodges the Wraith Fire Blast. Great hold by the EgoBoys.
He wants to find a Coddle first though on the TB. He's getting his blink burned.
Getting stunned up, Solar Bind, Abyssal Blade. Now, he's got Sunder in 4 seconds, but he can't get it off. He's been bashed and stunned too much. Chain controlled. Burner just never stops. Go for more every step of the way. You see a target, you jump them. Sand King chucks in his Sandstorm, clear out those skellies, but alone's Ember Spirit. No BKB, no mana for remnants, no HP remaining. Wraith King, the big boy, knows his limits, and he can just stand at this dire base until the cows come home.
Middle pack.
Again.
Blade.
What are you gonna do? Glimmer Cape onto Sacred?
Yep. Survive. Stuns thanks to the Keeper of the Light. I mean, Keeper is who they need to jump right now, not this Wraith King. That's what I meant earlier on the TB. Like, he needs to see the Coddle blink on him there instead of trying to fight that Wraith King versus Coddle.
Starting to get a little bit risky, it feels like. Terrorblade coming back up in 20 seconds. 3 heroes alive here from EgoBoys.
Zeus is up as well. Got the Nimbus.
Bar strike away, but then Nimbus, the overlapping circles, overwhelming damage and control. Even on top, and they make the jump deeper, diving onto Tano. Say goodnight to your Phoenix.
Yeah, it's 5 versus 3 now. or 5 versus 2 until Ember's alive. They're just gonna be able to get all the buildings.
I thought they might go for tier 4s, you know? They'll go for the more simple mega creeps play. Bottom lane of barracks. Tier 3 already gone.
Barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks.
And terribly. One last meta. One last stand. That's all he's got. But 10 seconds remaining on his supports to respawn. The last ditch effort to defend your throne.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I've got to say, I really like Zeus's positioning. After that death, he is like 2,000 range away from anyone. EB jumps in, the BKB from alone, but they've lost Sacred already. Nimbus and the Supernova inside the arena. Gil runs out, the BKB from now still going on, but Burner Wraith King just stands his ground. Now onto Tano, the Phoenix getting bounced around by the sides of the Colosseum, and Zeus on the high ground, jumping all around. No way you can focus him. Robo-Z skirting the edges of the fight and forcing the GG.
GG.
45,000 net worth lead at 44 to 8. Grimstroke, the last one to die. What's up, Steven?
So I'll give you a little information, okay? Alone, the Ember Spirit in this game, his Steam name right now is the only one who can beat me is me.
Fitting.
Very fitting, because he definitely beat himself.
The reincarnating Wraith King has some damage on the Burner with a TB Meth BKB. Chase towards the Zeus now, but alone. Dreaded Robo-Z with a double kill. Now the chase towards the TB and the Grim. Cottle Mars, they've got Arena to make the move. And it's just a zap in from the Zeus. The blink forward as he keeps on going. There's a Thunder. He's got 10-1 charges too. Good turn here. They'll cancel it out. The spear not missing this time. Drakeel makes damn sure he claims the kill. And the chase onto the Grimstroke. He's come back into this with a fly back into the die back. It's an ultra for the Robo-Z.
Wherever he wants, all by himself, farming up away from his team, and then the keeper can just locate him to the fight.
Cottle jumped on, and Soulbind. They've got that spear and Colosseum forcing the Sand King to stop initiating. How it does as they turn the battle, Yule's into the air. Arrow coming, but the spear has sent him away from it. The arrow catches the Phoenix. Drifting arrow slides on through, baiting them, and EgoBoys, they lose too. Unstoppable Drakeel Mars, unkilled, 6-0-11.
Well, the Zeus is just bolting everywhere. Where can I ward?
Mine is truly a blessing.
They're going for the Zeus.
There we go.
It's a good smoke tank. But the Moonlight Shadow and the fact that Mars is here backing him up. They see the Zeus, they make the jump, they miss the burst strike. Mars, he's got Arena, they've got the Nimbus too. Do they defend it? Do they run? Mars can't decide. He'll come in now. Just try and defend him up, and Zeus is incredibly tanky. Sacred dies before the Zeus does. Robo-Z still turns and fights. Soulbound, but gone. But he Yule's up. One of the Ember Spirit's going to catch him out. He's got no remnants left. They lose 3 heroes just to kill the Zeus. Was it worth it?
Well, Gary.
Now the Yules into the chain stun. Is it there? It's perfectly timed. Down he goes. The epicenter from Sand King does nothing as he runs away. Doesn't reinitiate.
Cancelled by Counter Blast.
And EgoBoys on the run. Burst strike away from the Thunder God's Wrath, which scouts them out. Mirana Zeus on the tail of the Sand King. Grimstroke's TPing home. They'll lose another hero. And Terrorblade left wondering what he needs to do. How to win team fights. Oh!
Yeah, it was either an Arc Lightning or they got the Sand King? No. Not an arrow?
Sure.
I think it was an arrow. Nailed him.
Soulbound up the Zeus, they're chasing him forward. The Essence Ring already popped. He turns with his big damage, but not even enough to kill the Grimstroke. The spear, miles away, chucked at him. Will find that pickoff. A defense of the base, though, as the EgoBoys, they barely hold in that team fight.
They don't have the Zeus here. The Reflection is going to do a lot of work against this Raid team's audience. That was such a nice blink in to the Terror Wave, pushing the Zeus into EgoBoys' base, and then they got that Soulbind on him. Zeus did not expect that one bit.
Yeah, it's a big surprise.
Such a nice play there from the team.
Zeus is stuck in the tree line here with no blink for a couple of seconds. The Terrorblade gets some good hits in, and Ember Spirit is going to isolate Robo's. The rest of his squad nowhere near. Burner trying, but the BKB dodges the Wraith Fire Blast. Great hold by the EgoBoys.
He wants to find a Kato first though on the TV. He's getting his blink burned.
Getting stunned up, Solar Bind, Abyssal Blade. Now, he's got Sunder in 4 seconds, but he can't get it off. He's been bashed and stunned too much. Chain controlled. Burner just never stops. Go for
right now, not this Raid King. That's what I meant earlier with the TV. Like, he needs to see the Kato blink on him there instead of trying to fight that Raid King versus Kato.
Starting to get a little bit risky, it feels like. Terrorblade coming back up in 20 seconds. 3 heroes alive here from EgoBoys.
Zeus is up as well. Got the Nimbus.
For a strike away, but in Nimbus, the overlapping circles, overwhelming damage and control. Crit onto the Grimstroke. Here come the TPs. Reincarnation gets Supernova over top. The reincarnating Wraith King has some damage onto Burner with a TB Met BKB. Chase towards the Zeus now, but alone. Threaded Robo-Z with a double kill. Now the chase towards the TB and the Grim. Cottle Mars, they've got Arena to make the move. And it's just a zap in from the Zeus. The blink forward as he keeps on going. There's a Thunder. He's got 10-1 charges too. Good turn here. They'll cancel it out. The spear not missing this time. Drakeel makes damn sure he claims the kill. And the chase onto the Grimstroke. He's come back into this with a buyback into the dieback. It's an ultra for the Robo-Z.
Wherever he wants, all by himself, farming up away from his team, and then the keeper can just locate him to the fight.
Cottle jumped on and out of Soulbind. They've got that spear and forcing the Sand King to stop initiating. How it does as they turn the battle, Yules into the air. Arrow coming, but the spear has sent him away from it. The arrow catches the Phoenix. Drifting arrow slides on through, baiting them, and EgoBoys, they lose too. Unstoppable Drakeel Mars, unkilled, 6-0-11.
Well, the Zeus is just bolting everywhere. Where can I ward?
Mine is truly a blessing.
They're going for the Zeus.
There we go.
It's a good smoke gank. But the Moonlight Shadow and the fact that Mars is here backing him up. They see the Zeus, they make the jump, they miss the burst strike. Mars, he's got Arena, they've got the Nimbus too. Do they defend it? Do they run? Mars can't decide. He'll come in now. Just try and defend him up, and Zeus is incredibly tanky. Sacred dies before the Zeus does. Robo-Z still turns and fights. Soulbound, but gone. But a Yule's up. Well, the Ember Spirit's going to catch him out. He's got no remnants left. They lose 3 heroes just to kill the Zeus. Was it worth it?
Well, Gary.
Now the Yules into the chain stun. Is it there? It's perfectly timed. Down he goes. The epicenter from Sand King does nothing as he runs away. Doesn't reinitiate.
Cancelled by Counter Blast.
And EgoBoys on the run. Burst strike away from the Thunder God's Wrath, which scouts them out. Mirana Zeus on the tail of the Sand King. Grimstroke's TPing home. They'll lose another hero. And Terrorblade left wondering what he needs to do. How to win team fights. Oh!
Yeah, it was either an Arc Lightning or they got the Sand King? No. Not an arrow?
Sure.
I think it was an arrow. Nailed him.
Well, they've slow bound up the Zeus. They're chasing him forward. The Endless Ring already popped. He turns with his big damage, but not even enough to kill the Grimstroke. The spear, miles away, chucked at him. Will find that pickoff. A defense of the base, though, as the EgoBoys, they barely hold in that team fight.
They don't have the Zeus here. The Reflection is going to do a lot of work against this Raid Team's audience. That was such a nice blink in to the Terror Wave, pushing the Zeus into EgoBoys' base, and then they got that Soulbind on him. Zeus did not expect that one bit.
Yeah, it's a big surprise.
Such a nice play there from the team.
Zeus is stuck in the tree line here with no blink for a couple of seconds. The Terrorblade gets some good hits in, and Ember Spirit is going to isolate Robo's. The rest of his squad nowhere near. Burner trying, but the BKB dodges the Wraith Fire Blast. Great hold by the EgoBoys.
He wants to find a Kato first though on the TV. He's getting his blink burned.
Getting stunned up, Solar Bind, Abyssal Blade. Now, he's got Sunder in 4 seconds, but he can't get it off. He's been bashed and stunned too much. Chain controlled. Burner just never stops. Go for
right now, not this Wraith King. That's what I meant earlier on the TV. Like, he needs to see the Kato blink on him there instead of trying to fight that Wraith King versus Kato.
Starting to get a little bit risky, it feels like. Terrorblade coming back up in 20 seconds. 3 heroes alive here from EgoBoys.
Zeus is up as well. Got the Nimbus.
Or a strike away, but in Nimbus, the overlapping circles, overwhelming damage and control. Even on top, and they make the jump deeper, diving onto Tano. Say goodnight to your. That's all he's got. But 10 seconds remaining on his supports to respawn. The last-ditch effort to defend your throne.
Dire structures are fought.
I've got to say, I really like Zeus' positioning. After that death, he is like 2,000 range away from anyone. BB jumps in, the BKB from alone, but they've lost Sacred already. Nimbus and the Supernova inside the arena. Gil runs out, the BKB from now still going on, but Burner Wraith King just stands his ground. Now onto Tano, Phoenix getting bounced around by the sides of the Colosseum, and Zeus on the high ground, jumping all around. No way.
He's a core and a support right now.
Yeah. Plus, he's got broad shoulders. I mean, look at that. He could carry you all day.
10 seconds.
That's what they're there for. You gotta lift those teams up.
Well, EgoBoys picked 4 tiny, so this game's over.
No. They have the Kato. So when you have the Kato, then it's good. Because you can Avatars and then you can Avatars again.
I mean,
that's true.
Yes.
That's better. Tiny struggle mana.
It is
could
better.
be me tiny.
It is definitively better. Yeah. But is it good?
Now, what I am afraid about is that Unknown, they won with Kato, but then they actually first pick their sprint and they give the Kato away. So they know what they're doing. They're debating EgoBoys. They know how to counter Kato. I just hope we don't get into a weird... I think they got that Ember really early on the EgoBoys trying to counter Kato. And it ended up in a place where like they were not comfortable playing Ember versus Zeus. So I just hope they less pick Alone's hero, because after that match I feel like he needs patting the back, you know. He needs
I'm with you.
I got another stat here from one of our favorite SA heroes. The Monkey King. Probably gonna get banned out in this phase. Maybe it'll get picked up. We've seen quite a bit of Monkey King, obviously. 13 games so far across upper and lower. It's actually a little lower than I would have guessed. Lots of bans though. Like 28 bans. 84.62% win rate, guys. Monkey King is slaying it.
Now, a lot of these have been because it gets picked against the Wraith King. It really feels like a great matchup. I mean, Wraith King can win it, but we've seen a number of times.
I think Monkey's just like super solid too.
That too. Yeah. He combos with a lot of other heroes. You know, he's got this nice bubble ultimate that actually does damage with these like puck type bubble ultimates.
The items are all really good right now, I think, for Monkey King too.
Yeah, his Zags is so strong. Like, you basically, in the late game, it's like you have 3 heroes, right? Like, as long as it stands still, you're going to have 3 heroes hitting. It's like very, like, I cannot, like, if you think of Gyro, right? You get a second Gyro attacking with Lycan, with your Scyther. But with Monkey King, you get 3 heroes. So that's 1.5 times better.
Now that's
Hit him with the math.
That's South American math for you.
All right, they're gonna take the timber away.
Is SA math the opposite of NA math? Is that how that meme works?
I don't know. We're not that good at math around here as well. I think
okay.
It's kind of similar.
Where'd you stop, Bowie? Calc 1, Calc 2? Were you a Calc 3 kind of guy?
Calc 3, dude, but I was scrapping by. All right, I bombed the first Calc 3, and then I got the easier teacher, and that's how I got through. So
classic.
Yeah.
Dire team back.
Through Calc 2 because of a snowstorm. We had a take-home exam for our second one. Saved it. No joke. A whole week was shut down, so we didn't have enough time for classes. Fantastic.
That's dope.
Team pick.
Lucky is what that is.
I was just checking through our regional league records here, guys, and we have a player in here who's currently 3rd place for one of our records. It's Tano. Would you like to know what record he's got currently? What he's averaging, that is. I won't let you sit in anticipation. It's deaths. Most deaths per game. He's actually 3rd right now with 9.5.
That's pretty high.
I'm sure that last game probably helped.
Oh boy.
5 seconds remaining.
That's a rough average. That's ooh.
That's a hard day in pubs, you know.
Well, I'm not sure how he's gonna do this game, but I do like Tro for this game. I think he is one of the best carries right now. And when you have Kato on top of it, you're gonna have, you know, more axes, which is more damage. So that's good, right?
Facts. Batrider is still in right now, and they just picked Troll. I mean, they have the puck already, but I mean that's still a possibility. Now let's go Tide instead, though.
Interesting.
Who is 10th? EgoBoys. All right, we gotta watch that bat at the end of this, because depending on how things go, that could look like a nasty little 10th pick there.
All right,
And
so
they
that's
finally
tiny
go back
mid.
for that Undying.
Radiant team back.
Tiny mid.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
They waited. They got one more pick deep, and then they snagged it.
Oh god.
Oh, you can't.
Hard.
How does he keep getting into the next phase? Like, guys, Bat's like the best hero right now. Have you guys been watching DPC? This guy is crushing so many games.
Wow. I don't know what I guess you have to somehow offlane this Tiny, right? Like, yeah, you can toss the Batrider away, but I feel like he gets to a point where the Tiny just I don't feel like this is a good matchup. I might be wrong here, but I feel like this is really hard.
Yeah, and they're gonna start banning some matchup heroes too, like the Legion and stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
so
Clark
Trent,
maybe.
I don't know the exact number, but I've got an equal but opposite stat for you. It's Undying to Monkey King. He's been picked a lot, and his win rate is abysmal.
Yes.
This poor guy's been
10
getting picked
seconds
on like
remaining.
crazy. Now, they don't have great tombstone hitters here, so that's maybe a small
5
plus. But
seconds remaining.
I'm getting back to this point, buddy, where I see Undying and go,
Radiant team back.
are we sure? I mean, this is Earth Spirit Tide, so in theory, it should be a great Undying lane.
It should be an
but-
incredible lane. Undying's supposed to
should
secure
be.
bad laners, right? That's the.
Well, I know he should.
And now they have a troll who's a great lane.
Yeah, all right. All right, Ego Boys, no pressure, but if this doesn't work, I don't know what to tell
10
you.
seconds remaining.
It's all good. He's got it.
5
He's got it.
seconds
Double soul
remaining.
rip. Boom.
I don't know, dude. They picked Scotto, and I don't see any hero here where I'm like, okay, this is busted with Scotto. So
Well, the Tiny,
I think they have a
Tiny's
last
good, right?
pick.
Is that what you're saying?
It's not that good though. Like you don't really get the instant avatars, right? You get a better cooldown, but it's not like Zeus where you can like burst someone down. And you also have a Tiny that probably will have a bad lane. So I really feel like they need this bristleback kind of hero. This thing that really like buys time for the troll, pretty much.
Unknown just have such great mid-game team fight. Really good initiation, pretty good damage as well. A little reliant around that Ravage cooldown, but we've seen Batrider. He's not even really that reliant on the lasso cooldown. When it's up, you get a free kill. But when it's not up, you're still kind of just running around with your bots trying to kill people. So
they're gonna decide what one they want here before they go for their final ban. The Slardar.
Okay.
So the Ricky's
that
still in.
enables the troll quite a bit.
That's a ban Ricky right there. The second that happens, I think.
Ooh.
Ricky looks pretty solid. I'm with you there.
Yeah, they don't really have great control necessarily for it. It'd be all on Tiny pretty much.
10 seconds remaining.
Ban the Ricky. But then they could just pick Weaver and still look kind of okay.
Remaining.
I think Weaver is really good.
Weaver's kind of bad versus Tiny though. That's like traditionally sort of a bad matchup, but again, we don't think this Tiny's really popping off. So
they could Drow also. You've got this Troll Warlord. I'd be nervous about Drow Ranger with this lineup. Great peel, great counter initiation.
Okay, take the jug. I like both Weaver and Drow because you can kite the Troll and you also deal with the Tombstone and the Will-O-Wisp if it ever gets to that spot. But truth.
Yeah, they got options all over the place. They could just like TB if they wanted to as well.
10 seconds
you know?
remaining.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
they got quite a bit of spacing.
Team pick.
Oh, you got a decision. It's the Alk. They go greedy. So
did say Burno was playing Alk. Okay.
Yeah, he's got the one game up. Give me Alk, guys.
Give me one toe back because I had a lot of bad predictions. But
congratulations.
Okay.
10
here.
seconds
If
remaining.
you're Ego, I just feel like your draft is struggling here.
You pick like Death Prophet or Lycan or something, and you just YOLO. Lycan into Tide. All right, great choice. I don't know, DP, I guess. DP or Queen. Hope for the best.
You need a Vessel.
Vessel is good here.
I'm just gonna pretend that Alk doesn't exist. That's my game plan.
I mean, I know he sucks, but I think Necrophos, get a Vessel, kill the Alk. That's your play right there. Scythe this guy.
Necrophos.
Scythe this guy. Go big. EgoBoys need something crazy. They got to dig deep. They're in a spot where they need something like Necro.
What, like a mid AA? Don't go that crazy now.
I think they need an Enigma here. They need something that deals a lot of damage because they're not going to be able to burst Tide or Alk in the mid game.
That's like AA is a meme, but at the same time, is there any way it could work? No, not really.
Again, I mean, if it was not Bad Rider mid, I actually think it could be okay. But
You may now select your
Veno.
heroes.
All right, well, that's a Vessel carrier.
Yeah.
They're trying to give Tiny something, I guess.
All right, I am not feeling this EgoBoys draft. I'm going back to unknown. This is not good enough.
We've seen a couple really rough Veno games. This hero, if it has a rough lane, he becomes food. And you've got Undying too. There's a lot of food on EgoBoys. I think
all right.
Burno over there is looking pretty hungry.
We're all clearly on EgoBoys. Well, we're clearly on Unknown's draft side. What do they need?
Yeah.
How do EgoBoys do it, guys? We gotta talk this out.
All right, you
Vessel, 100%.
You crush top
troll and should go well, right? Does this troll need to be like more involved early on? Is that an
it depends on how good Tiny, how good the lane is for Tiny. If Tiny actually gets a good lane, he can create a lot of space, but that seems hard, especially considering the last performance from Alone.
Because that shouldn't happen, because he also doesn't even have supports that really rotate mid. So this lane is really hard for Alone. Like, really hard. But we also know that he's allergic to hitting creeps. So maybe that that issue that he has will help save him by getting enough kills to salvage this game.
Worried about this off lane for EgoBoys? Because it's going to be Coddle Veno. So how does that lane go well? They're going to have to
Alk
win
is pretty weak. So I think that's actually the only good lane for them.
Yes.
The best lane they have.
Well, I think Troll Undying is also a decent lane too. I think the side lanes should be okay, right?
So that's the condition. You win 2 of your side lanes. Alone just has to survive mid.
They gotta like win these lanes though, because I think their game still looks hard afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Alchemist is gonna be
after you win these lanes, you have to find a way to transition that into mid-game fights, hunt this Alchemist. There's a path to victory, but it's a pretty specific choreography. It's one that's pretty fragile. Not a lot of margin for error. But let's see if they can do it. All right. Well, Gary Theben, we need some help. Game 1 was one-sided. Game 2, is it going to be one-sided the other way? Venomancer? Gary? Can I tempt you with a Venomancer?
No, no, I don't think so. I've been probably leaning the same way as well. Side lanes victories here maybe for EgoBoys, but I don't know. The support duo of Kotl Undying, the fact that Tiny has to pop off, he's the only stun in this game, he's the only catch and kill. Theben, it just looks rough wherever you look for the EgoBoys.
You know what?
Are you going for it?
maybe this game, you know what? I might just go with EgoBoys. I think I'm gonna be the only one here. Yeah. The reason is because I was thinking if this was, let's say, Enigma versus Team Secret, right? And Secret was playing EgoBoys lineup, I think they would actually win this game. I really think so. I think Unknown, they got this position 5 puck, and then they got like this long cooldown on the Tidehunter. Batter's a cool hero, but the speed that EgoBoys can play at is really fast. You got the Caudal plus the Tiny. I know it's not instant on the Avalanche toss resets, but you can boost his mana, keep letting him farm, get fast to that Blink Dagger, and just keep fighting with him with the Caudal. And the Undying with the team fight of the Tombstone is really nice too. You don't have a good Tombstone killer in this game, and that will give naturally a lot of space for the Troll Warlord and let him decide when he wants to join the team fights. And just because of that, I think it's a pretty cool draft on the side of EgoBoys. Now, because of what we saw in Game 1 and how we know EgoBoys, they're probably like the inferior team. That's why I think we're a bit leaning more towards Unknown.
A bit of bias from that first game of the series. We'll see how they handle it. Trolls up top with the Undying. The other side lane bottoms, the Kotl Venno. And for now, it looks like Tide and Earth Spirit going to be there for Unknown while Puck goes back to Fountain.
You know, Gary, what I would have liked to have seen is actually the Caudal laning with the Troll and the Undying laning with the Venomancer against his Alchemist. I think that would have been beautiful. Because then the Undying can just focus on decaying the Alch and the Veno can just bully him. He won't be able to farm. And on the top lane, now you have a Chakra Magic on the Troll who can just constantly spam his axes onto these two heroes and completely annihilate them.
Yeah, we're seeing already the power up on Drakeel down to half HP just from one act.
But instead, now you have like a Caudal versus an Alch, which is like, Alch is gonna enjoy this. He's gonna have a lane constantly shoved into his tower. I just feel like this Alch could have been absolutely destroyed with an Undying in this lane.
Yeah, it could have been a nice little adaptation for them. All right, now Tano looks like he's trying to scout out where the Puck is lurking. Burner getting down by the poison sting of the Venomancer. Struggling a little bit without Illuminate clipping him. In that mid lane, how's it started out? Tiny with a decent lead to begin with. He's got a wand this time. Up against the Zeus as that Ember Spirit. He didn't buy the stick, but against the Batrider, he knows.
Something he's played against. Last game is like, Zeus? What is this new hero?
I've never seen that one before. Where's that come from?
It's got all the last hits mid too. Maybe Alone has just been holding back on us, you know? And this game he's like, alright, it's over.
I've lulled my opponents into a false sense of security. They think I'm weak, but in fact, this Tiny makes me so strong. We'll leave that mid for a bit as the top. Earth Spirit rolls away from danger. Already got his pull off. Undying and Troll trying to come in to contest. Tidehunter, what is he? Anchor Smash and Kraken Shell, so there's no gush there. And Wedge being chased back. No real kill threat in these lanes. I feel like that's what made me most worried about the draft from EgoBoys is the lack of stuns and the fact that both side lanes are very reliant on kind of holding the lane. You know, they're not necessarily aggressive kill lanes. They're more sustain and keep the core hero farming.
There are a lot of slows. I mean, if you push off the enemy core and you just lasted everything, eventually the enemy is going to lose the lane just from being under leveled and getting everything denied. You don't have to kill heroes to win a lane. So that's what they got to be focused on.
That's what they're doing right now. Chasing on that Tide. Already spent the axes. So just down to...
Lane. Tiny, oh no. He got tier 1 as well. Oh no.
He'd already popped his wand. He tried the toss, but Batrider, those sticky napalm stacks to handle. And that's where things start to collapse a little bit. Solo kill out of the Batrider. And the sad thing is, Tiny has to go back into this lane. Level 4 against level 5. And Bat, with that bottle freshly delivered, have a pretty decent time going to gather up that rune. Oh, Alone, he's going to walk back. Oh, yeah, so you TP to the tier 1s and then can't TP back in.
Yeah.
That's real rough. And there's an Earth Spirit lurking, wanting that secondary kill. Guarding the top rune for the bat. Nice move by Tano, though. We'll grab the haste rune, make sure there isn't a bottle refill.
You know, Gary, I'm just a little speechless watching a lone lad.
He's had some struggles.
Yeah, he has. He really has. How's Alfred Alk doing? 26 assets.
Yes.
Amazing. And these plague words are nice for the Veno to feed towards the Alk as well. We can get those.
You.
Good thing Sacred is focused on denying those, because that's a lot of gold.
I mean, level 1 Plague War's not really what you're going for, but mid lane again, Bat Rider off the TP rotation from the Undying. Soul Rip's enough. Buys enough time for Alone to retreat. And forces Robo Z to back away. Still not a comfortable time for the Tiny, though. Lacking on that regen.
It's not.
Bounty rune's coming. Earth Spirit will guard Northern ones as Puck tries to dance and jaunt away. Yodomi tagged by the Illuminate, still with Poison Sting on him. Gets the bounty rune. And if he wants to TP, but he's going to try the deny.
No.
Neutral creeps get him.
Poor
Close with the Illuminate.
Yep, doesn't get that kill. Man, look at the Tide. He's doing alright, right? 15 and 4. I know how this lane goes if it was Keeper and Troll. This Tide Hunter would be sitting at like 8 lasses, and Troll would have all the free farm as well. And then bottom Undying Decay and Venomous Gale would be might have even killed the Alk once or twice. Very unfortunate they were not able to see that line of play.
Yeah, and this Undying trying to really face tank the Tide and the Earth Spirit. Drops his Tombstone. It's only level 1, but they do opt to run away from it. Troll Ward offering too much slow and just enough damage to scare them away. They pop the stick on Widge's Earth Spirit, but the Undying sliced down by Drakeel. And Alone's first rotation, the level 5 mid-tiny. He wobbles into lane and, well, gets back towards mid.
Yeah, that's no Chris Luck rotation right there.
That's the complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to rotate somewhere, I think he should have been bottom onto the Alchemist before the Alch would hit level 6. Because although they're bringing him low constantly, there's just not that finisher available.
That's what Tiny offers you with Avalanche Toss. And you kind of want to be playing into Kotl's lane as well with the Chakra Magic, now level 2. Oh, you don't. He's somehow getting clipped by that Illuminate, even with the phase shift. Ever so slightly mistimed it. It's probably very difficult level 1 phase shift against Illuminate because there's quite a big window of where the horses actually hit you.
Yeah, it can hit you on the backside too. The back end of the Illuminate.
Yeah, those rear hooves.
You can even go for a solar bind on Kotl either. I don't know about that. He put solar bind, it pretty much slows him so hard.
Yeah, I guess wants to go at level 5. Get a value point in it, but Tano, he's going to feel the wrath of the Bat Ride. Lasso comes out, Troll, he's coming here to play, but Tano can't escape from the grasp of Widge and Robo Z.
Arcane Rune usage on the Lasso, have that up much faster.
Just over a minute. Well, the tier 1 tower bottom lane is slowly being whittled away by Alone and Sacred. Puck has stuck around down here to try and hold on, clear out waves, allow this rotation to arrive. The 2-man Ravage from Drakeel, focusing on the Tiny, Alone. Yeah, chased by the Bat Rider. Robo still has the Arcane Rune going, and Sacred, a good Gale, tags 3 of them, but Widge is here. The Earth Spirit closes the gap. There's no ability to TP home, and the Sacred will be the second core to fall. At the very least, they got the tower, though.
Yeah, they did. I think he could have TP'd out after the roll miss. There was no more disables left on the Venom, but I guess he didn't get that information. The lasso was already used.
And one of those snap decisions you've got to make. And Burner, what's he up to? Mr. Battle Fury Alchemist, not too far away. Yeah, you throw spells at him and he really doesn't care. Avalanche and Illuminate doing about 30% of his health, which he regens up immediately.
He'll have Battle Fury by 10 minutes and 20 seconds on this Alchemist too, at the rate that he's farming.
I'll hold you to that. 10 minutes 20. That number's in my head. I'll be watching the clock.
No problem. Got you. Mr.
And Puck is
Alona.
stacking for it too.
Only level 6 on this time.
9 minutes in.
Yikes. Yeah.
Hyde is level 8 with a hood.
That's the
What is the net
off-laner
worth?
who had 2 heroes in his lane. Level 8.
And 100 gold ahead of the Tiny. Well, Kotl can start making a few little stacks in the jungle for him and allow Alone to try and catch up in his net worth. Use that chakra magic, and he's nearly got blink, so that's definitely a stepping stone towards a comeback for the Tiny.
That will help him, especially since they're saving their smokes for that tiny dagger. They're gonna be able to get like 2 smokes. Since they already bought one, and then the third one at 10.
I was wondering. Undying TPing inside that Firefly. Does RoboZ want to spend lasso? He spent a couple of seconds thinking. Opts to go for it. Takes the freebie.
That's the free big creep kill right there, man. Gotta take it.
And it's also in that position where, Undying, if he's over there, he could be warding, could be getting vision of the Alchemist, spotting out stacks. And you make damn sure that the EgoBoys don't get any intel around that Radiant Triangle. As the bounty runes spawn, more stacks are made. And 10 minutes in, Battle Fury is going to be there. 10-20, you're 10 seconds away. Does he get it from this stack? It's getting close.
We'll take that.
Bounty rune. Ooh.
Told you.
Basically, he can sell his circle and his branch. You've got it.
He's got it.
Spot on.
He doesn't need to sell anything. He's got it.
Oh, you're right. Perfect. Theban, really beautiful. Beautiful mathematics.
That's brown math right there. You guys got NA math and SA math. Well, you don't know about that brown math.
Dire's top
I'm not touching that one. I'll let you speak for yourself on that. Top lane, there's the Tiny. Makes the jump on Burner. They find the Alchemist with that Blink Dagger reveal. Alone makes the one move that makes it look good, but the return is a coil from the Pos 5 plug. The Bat Rider, no lasso, so there's the Flame Break and Firefly coming up, but RoboZ secures it as a Ravage. Really well placed for kill there, and they take down 3 in a row, and a Tombstone's the cherry on top. Easy money for the Unknown Boys, and Alchemist, well, he's got a bit of time to think about where he wants to farm next.
I mean, they made kind of smoke play.
They're chasing Sacred. Magnetize, Flame Break, damage over time. Give the Veno a bit of a taste of his own medicine. It's just huge. Every step of the way, this Unknown side, fine pickoffs.
That's what happens. You got a smoke play into the triangle. The Alka already has his Battle Fury, so he's farming away, got a little low. They killed him, but losing 3 heroes thanks to these big team fight spells. It's just a little too late, Gary.
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late.
Tiny? Who's he comboing? That is a Tide Hunter.
With a hood.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of wand charges as well. Just TP's home. Well, Troll Warlord Maelstrom, mid-tier 1. Good objective to go and take. EgoBoys making waves, getting a bit of space on the map, grouping up as 5. Time to play some Dota 2 with this Kotl backing them up. And they know that Ravage is down, so a window as good as any. Forcing Alk out of the triangle. Make sure that Battle Fury efficiency is limited, but it does open up a few weaknesses on the map. The top tier one's gone. Earth Spirit gets to play the dead lane. And Tiny still looking to make that jump and find pickoffs. Puck, too tanky apparently. Level 7 with a coil onto Tiny, forcing him to snap it. The rest of his squad not really near enough by to keep on going.
They're gonna need to keep playing aggressively on the side of EgoBoys, and Troll with the Maelstrom, he needs to just be the one to push out all these lanes, especially trying to take this top tower. I need to see EgoBoys like making their way connected to the Troll top, taking that tier 1 and invading that triangle area. They have to be fighting right now. Going for the Earth Spirit. They got the here.
He rolled into them. Magnetizes onto 3 of them. We're just trying to go a little ballsy there in a 1v3.
Well, Kata was hunting him and blocking his rollouts while keeping in the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, they killed the Kotl on his lonesome.
Troll playing on the bottom side, and the other heroes in mid just means free farm for the Alk right now.
Yeah, and for this Bat Rider, who's a recipe away from BKB, and we know how strong that bat is with bots BKB just running at you. Venomancer trying to plant himself in the mid lane, bodyguarding that bottom Radiant jungle for the troll wall. But with a Kotl and Undying behind him, not really the greatest turnaround supports. They drop the tombstone. Tiny can do a great job here, but not against the time. He's made the wrong jump again. Batrider lassos him, and alone being dragged into the Firefly. The flame break. This tombstone stacking up zombies, but in comes the coil. Puck tracks back onto this Kotl. They'll find the kill on him with a double for RoboZ, and that tombstone stacking up zombies. Money, money, money. Give it all to Alki. Come on, plus 27, plus 27. Easy gold.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
just let the tombstone stand.
You know, what's happening right now is EgoBoys, they understand they need to play aggressively, they need to apply some pressure, but they're just playing on the wrong side of the map. They're not playing where they can apply the most amount of pressure and also not give a chance for Unknown to get these favorable fights. This is why you see them like doing these actions and dying. In reality, it's what they should be doing, just wrong place.
Yeah, and lacking a little bit from this mid lane Tiny. Less net worth than his Venomancer now. Who can he actually jump? Tide's out of the question. Batrider has BKB pretty much done. When that comes, also out of the question. Alchemist is going to have BKB soon, and they make a move on to Sacred. Venomancer still continuing to play that mid lane out in the open, completely left alone. And now up top, troll battle. Concoction comes, Solar Bind, and a good grab by now. RoboZ is coming here to fight, but he's got no lasso, no Firefly. Flame Break is all he's really got to play around with. Maybe with Omi, the coil onto 2. No battle trance, so they focus the troll. Oh, RoboZ still found first. Earth Spirit battling the troll. Oh my god, he's getting close now with come on, the Possessed Mass lifesteal. Still drops, but a great fight for Troll Warlord, showing how powerful he can be. Tiny back in, we have a toss. They clear up the puck. 4 heroes down. The EgoBoys straight back in it.
Dude, that Troll Warlord, man. I'm telling you know what? Now this guy is just he's a beast of a player. Say in game 1 with the TB, he got some creative stuff going. Here he sees the Alk, doesn't hesitate, pops the ulti, Batrider TP's in, wants to try and help his Alk somehow, but doesn't have lasso. And that Possessed Mass actually kept him alive the entirety of that engagement. That was it. Like, it looked like when he was going for the bat, it was a horrible move, but the Earth Spirit was not able to break the coil, and the troll was still able to right-click and life just enough.
Batrider going 1v2. Veno and Undying just being burnt to a crisp. Can he still continue? Yeah, he can. The movement speed slow, not enough to stop the bat. Veno now, what? 4 deaths in a row in that mid lane, 0, 5, and 3. Leaves in a body bag. Dead for 20 seconds again.
Radiant are scared.
But yeah, it caught me off guard watching that top fight. Like, where is Troll lifestealing from? Oh yeah, Possessed Mask. Nice little bit.
That's the first thing I looked at. Does he have lifesteal? Fight this, and then yep, Possessed Mask.
He sure does. Tiny. With the Kotl trying to backstab, but it looks like Unknown were more than ready for them. They get the Ravage on the Troll as well, catching out Kotl. 2 heroes gone and
BKB ulti. He can't do it.
Do it. Can he 1 versus 4? The Alchemist isn't here. Man. Troll's trying to turn and run.
TP.
No TP. The battle trans, but he's chased down by the puck. Tombstone drop. Undying trying to help this. Now Troll out
and pop the ulti.
Gets off his flesh golem. Still has the battle trance and it's used up. Chases into the kill, but the zombies being shredded. And the Poison Nova. Sacred gonna help out nicely, but they've lost the Troll and this Venomancer. Again, the sacrifice. Save your buddy syndrome. A killing spree for that Earth Spirit. As it's EgoBoys' turn to have a bit of a feed.
Just Kotl and Tiny just always biting more than they can chew. And that time it also made the Troll, come in there, try to help him. I think they're calling for it. And the Troll now finds himself out of position. He has a BKB and ulti, but no TP out.
And no team.
Yeah, no team. I mean, this game was looking really good because Now was actually keeping up with this Alchemist who was essentially free farming. And with these like bad calls on fights EgoBoys are taking right now, Alchemist is just in a good position once again.
Straight back in the driving seat.
Yeah.
I mean, the fights, you know, with Ravage look incredibly good for Unknown, it has to be said. That's definitely a tool in their kit that's being utilized damn well by Drakeel. These big 3-4-man Ravagers. Most certainly upsetting and unsettling EgoBoys.
Yeah.
Now it's down for about a minute. Do you think they should go and run at them?
I think they're gonna feel a bit hesitant. Whatever, you know what they should do on EgoBoys? They should just listen to Now. Whatever he wants, just do that. Ask your boy, yo, Carry, what you want? What you want us to do right now? Run at them, clear some waves, you know, buy time. You know, so whatever he says, just listen.
Farm or fight? What's the answer now? Looks like it's a bit of farming.
He's going for an Aghanims next item, so he's going to be able to remove that vessel, which he finds very annoying for him in these engagements. That's going to be nice.
For sure. Is there much else? Sticky Napalm?
Yeah, Sticky Napalm, that's a pretty big one. The Flame Break, also big. These are all like big damage things that you can purge off.
And they're gonna stack up as the fights develop.
Undying. Tomb high ground. High ground.
Breaks the smoke. He's silenced. He gets the tomb down. He's on the high ground, and another big Ravage from Drakeel. They'll try and slay the Undying, but he's tanked through it. Gets up his Flesh Golem. They do fight the Sacred Venno. Troll standing, fighting. BKB Battletrans still at the ready. For the Tombstone, it's gonna be dropped here by RoboZ. Batrider clears it up, and that BKB Alchemist makes sure he is untouchable.
Yeah, that Ravage really ruining the team fight for EgoBoys. So if he was able to get that Tombstone off right away when he broke the smoke, that could have been the fight for EgoBoys. But it came out a little too late. The zombies were not able to stack up fast enough. Now realizing his teammates are already dead, was not going to pop his BKB and Battle Trance and try to do something.
Yeah, it was pretty quick from the puck and the Earth Spirit. Get on top of him, silence the Undying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now into Roshan. Acid Spray and Gush. Decent amount of minus R. Well, they don't have the greatest ways to pop Lincolns though. So I don't think they've actually got Gush onto the old Roshan. Scanning back on that dire high ground as a smoke from the EgoBoys maneuvering in towards the pit. But look at RoboZ, BKB's up the staircase, focusing the Undying, who does drop a decent Tombstone. The Aegis is on the floor. RoboZ Batrider grabs it. No, Yodomi grabs it. The Punk has the Aegis. Now a two-man coil. Tiny and the Troll focusing the Batrider. They kill off RoboZ. Unknown, what have you done? What has happened? The BKB Alk is on his way out. He's running away. Turns with a concoction. Looks to stun up the Troll. They know there's no BKB, no Battle Trance. But where's the follow through? The Earth Spirit has to contend with the Tiny and the Costle. Rolling towards the Troll again, but he can't get on top of it. Alchemist needs a TP home. The TP not successful. That Illuminate from Tano. Well placed, and Yodomi trying to run away, but there's another blink and a toss from Tiny. Aegis down on your +5 Punk. What the fuck went wrong in that Roche pit?
Well, this is what happens. You have a Ravage, you want to fight, and you're feeling really good about yourself. You know the Troll Warlord still has his BKB and the Battle Trance. They're going to contest you, right? You know, EgoBoys have been losing every single engagement. When the Ravage is down, it's time to go. I don't know. I think they had no business actually going for that.
Like, was Alk leaving it for the back? Because Aegis was on the floor for like 3-4 seconds. Alk ran away from it. Bat came in and tried to take it, but didn't swap his items around. And then Puck, in the end, had to grab it as they fought Sacred. Mid lane again.
I think you take it on the Alk regardless, though.
That's what I thought.
Like, he has a free slot. He has a freaking gauntlet in his inventory, so I would think that he values that Aegis more than that gauntlet.
That's my assumption too. Nice burst of aggression from EgoBoys, though. Start to see.
They also popped the Pinata there, getting that kill on the Alk. Bunch of gold and slowing his farming. The Troll Warlord only about what is that? 4,000. Yeah, gold behind. That's not that bad. Once the Troll hits 20k net worth, then he becomes just as strong as like a 6-slotted Alchemist. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty big kill on the Batrider too. Like 500 gold going to Tiny. Now he's not that far away from catching up to the rest of the pack. Okay, behind the Tidehunter for now.
Tidehunter also gone for this super aura build to boost up his allies, but the only one who's really going to be benefiting from this is I guess the Alchemist, and that means the Tidehunter's scaling potential is not all there in this game. It's kind of worrying, to be honest. They need to make sure they win this next fight on Unknown. If they lose the next fight, I'm gonna favor EgoBoys once again.
Well, with Undying falling there, he does pop the smoke. No targets taken down, but they're still going high ground. Earth Spirit gets the vessel on Tiny, but they're already so alone. Exited and running away. Now he's trapped between tier 1 tier 2. Venomance is being hunted. Earth Spirit rolls away. Veno for Sacred jumped on by the bat and the punk after. Face him down the stairs. And Earth Spirit, well, he still gets hunted.
Yeah, I mean, I think EgoBoys will take that. The Earth Spirit for the Veno. And Veno is essentially a support in this game as well. Just slow things down a little bit, since, you know, the Alchemist, he's got some decent timings right now, wants to fight you. Troll Warlord now finishes Aghanim's, so it's much tankier.
Listen, your Domi alone makes sure that this puck is going to be fearful of these combos every step.
It's really good.
It's called back in towards that mid lane as well. I can start playing down bottom into their troll.
They're starting to bleed.
Man, what was that lead? It was getting up towards 20k. It's kind of plateaued at around 15,000. So the acceleration has definitely halted. Troll race up to second spot, overtakes the bat. Abyssal Blade queued up. That's that 20k marker that you were talking about. Gets nearer and nearer. And the reliance on the Ravage, Unknown, have really needed it to dominate the team fights that we have seen them perform in. Drakeel unable to use it, still holding. TPing down bottom with a couple of heroes onto the outpost. Is it going to be Undying again? Just a solo kill onto SHCCD. That's the roll from Widge. And it is the entirety of the Radiant team.
The Undying dies, and then 2 supports on Unknown dies after that. Is that what's gonna happen again, Gary?
I think it might. We'll see if they make a move. But it's gonna be Undying dies, then Veno dies, and then the troll comes in and kills everybody. I mean, Sacred's on the run right now. Lasso onto the high ground, and the Firefly dragged closer to the Earth Spirit.
Gets the first staff. Okay, it's on script that right now, right? Dying dies, Veno dies. Just need the fight.
Tiny? Where's the troll? The troll has a DD rune. Surely.
It's running out though. It would be nice if Tiny had a bottle, to give this troll so he can get the DD.
That would be great, yeah. But a big 5-man group from Unknown swarming around those bottom objectives, tier 1 and tier 2 grabbed. No real response. But Undying does have good vision here. Dire high ground hordes. Troll getting recalled by the Cotsal. They've baited it. They go on the Earth instead. Unknown gonna look at Widge here. He kicks back the Undying, yules up into the air and roll away. Nice little play by the Earth Spirit. Where's that toss going? Sending them forward, but unable to catch.
Alright, Widge is going off script. He's not letting himself die. We were supposed to see at least 2 supports on Unknown die after the Veno and the Undying fall.
No more bleeding out. Unknown tighten up their ranks.
Got a Mindbreaker now on the Troll Warlord. He's got a Basher complete in a moment. This troll is getting big, Gary.
It is massive. And the fact that, you know, that BKB, he's used it only twice, and both times aggressively, right? So often we see that BKB used defensively to TP to run away.
I guess that one time he popped the BKB, he didn't have a TP to get out.
True.
That was kind of sad, but other than that, it just feels like it's all been efficient because every single fight now has shown up and it has been very good, except for that one where he popped the BKB and tried to run. I blame his team for that though.
Not his fault. A slippery puck cutting waves bottom though. Position 5, Yudomi.
Yeah, he's got to keep doing this. Just keep farming. Get that games up on your puck. You're like a core when you play puck. Get that Ags, and then now this troll is gonna feel really bad.
He'll nearly get scouted by Alone, but that high ground observer was pinged by the Earth, so they know in the triangle the Dire have some pretty good vision. And that's why it feels like they've swung towards top, play into a darker part of the map that the Dire team don't know anything about. And of course, there's a tier 2 up there. Feels like Unknown buying time for the next Roshan. The first Rosh went pretty poorly for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Second Rosh and then looked to actually complete your game plan.
I had to watch on the stream what happened, and yeah, it was pretty weird.
Definitely very odd. A smoke up north from the Dire, but down on the Troll, they found him. Oh dear, they were playing up top away from their Troll Warlord, so he gets completely left.
They wanted to relocate him with the Keeper, and Unknown just make a really sneaky move to make the play onto the Troll. Get him with that coil into Lasso Snap.
The flame break into Vessel, staff out, dodges the kick, but the roll is there with a concoction stunning him. Sacred sliced by Robo Z, and they've got roll on to SHCCD as well. SHC kills together now. Some keeps and going forward. Troll into Venom, and now a mid-tier 2 push, and all the while Roshan has respawned.
That Troll kill was gigantic for Unknown here. It's gonna give them so much more momentum.
It's a good point to make, right, with the recall on Kotal, because I was watching it and thinking, this feels a bit weird. 3 heroes smoking, you know, past Roche Pit, trying to cut behind the top lane. But yeah, if you're able to put that Troll in, it all makes perfect sense. Snappy decides to move from Unknown to kill him, and with 18 seconds, a double damage rune back, into the pit we go. Now, who gets 8 and who gets cheese?
Alchemist will get the Aegis. No about it. Get rid of your Sanj. Thank you, sir.
EgoBoys wanting to mount a defense. 2-man coil from Yodomi though. The Venom and Undying all trapped up on their wedge with a Ravage landing. They'll catch 3 of them on the outskirts. The Troll can't really enter the fight, but the Will-O-Wisp is dropped and the Alchemist on top of that. Poor Sacred Boy. Undying and Venom down, and they're both forced to bite back. The tiny BKB's up though. They've lassoed the Troll away from the Will-O-Wisp. Alk needs to boot him down. No battle plan for BKB from him. Oh dearie me. It's a block. Troll dead, but no buyback. Couldn't get a single spell off. He's got BKB, he's got Battle Trance. Not a single button was clicked.
No, could not. The Venomancer having to buy died right away. Undying also died right away. He got the Tombstone off, but that was it. He's got to let one of his teammates go in first, get the Tombstone, heal his teammates out, being the first one to make contact.
Oh, he rules. There's no BKB tiny, so he's gonna get kicked, chased in behind the tier 3s. The puck, everyone is just all tiny alone. Down he goes, and this Alchemist goes past tier 4. Pistol Blade on the Undying, absolutely right, Theban. Slays the zombie, and this mid lane of Barracks cracked wide open by Team Unknown. Like a 2 victory.
It's time for bottom racks next. He can't pick us here though. So I think EgoBoys, you know, they'll still hang around in this game.
15 seconds. You can buy back on that tiny. Undying doesn't have it for 6.5 minutes, of course, after spending his buyback already. So 2 complete sets of barracks. Focus down here by Unknown. Really, no recourse for EgoBoys, as it should be a pretty swift retreat into a top lane push, but thinking about it with a Solar Bind and maybe a chase from Troll, not the hero you can go on. BKB Aegis.
Invisibility!
And up we go, top lane. Tier 2 time. There you go, boys, looking to close it out. I'm really wondering how that fight would have gone if Troll had preemptively BKB'd before getting chain stunned.
I think they were down the river, and it just was not going to be a good fight. This all started with that totally picked off bottom side, right? You get like one of those big pickoffs, you get a nice fight in the Roshan pit, you're already prepared, Puck came in with a coil,
Spirit
Before
and
they can
good position. Smoke broken by the troll who kills the courier. The jump onto Wedge as Tiny's open. Self-Urals in a 3-man coil though, that's the puck. Reinitiating and a Ravage there, connecting on Sacred. No, the BKB's up for Tiny, but the troll's lassoed up. Battle Trance and BKB, they're all wearing off. Troll now stuck on the low ground without the team to back him up. Is Abyssal Bladed and dead. No buyback for him, and the chase from Bat. Catching out the Venom. Self-Glimmer came there with a high ground tombstone. It looks a little bit nasty, but they don't have their troll warlord, so it is full retreat, reverse gear, get the hell out of here. Back up to the high ground and try and hold as best you can, but in comes the Earth Spirit with a massive fires, a triple kill for Robo Z, and the Undying, flame broken, back in the flames of this Bat Rider. And that's gotta be it. 4 heroes slammed into the ground. Tiny is the only one standing up behind the left of the enemy. Been thinking.
Top tower.
Try and TP out.
He's thinking where did it go wrong in this game. He's thinking about the multiple different things he could have done differently.
When was Tiny second picked? It was first phase, right?
Yeah.
Very early Tiny pick, and that Bat Rider got all the way through that draft. From Tiny, yeah, but the Abyssal Blade counteracted as Alchemist gets some good little hits in there. The bash has finally come, and alone, well, he's done. Drakeel, the Fountain, oh god, has attacked. No messing around with them.
Has been killed.
You know, Gary, there's two truths in South American Dota. One is Rifkin. The other one is...
Bye-bye, Tiny. He's left the game. GG gets called. Well, yeah, I think you're right. Ride or die with Wraith King. 2 of the strongest heroes right now. As the game is called, and EgoBoys, they've got to go back to the drawing board. They've got to go back somewhere. I mean, enough and just look full on compared to them in this series.
Yeah, they got to go to the airport. It's time to go home.
Time to order in that Domino's.
You know that meme that you see on Twitch with